Did you want to see a romance where the two leads have no chemistry whatsoever? No? Well, it's my show, too bad. We're taking a look at Old Fashioned. The movie opens, and I have a bad feeling about this already.
I thought I'd always be alone.
Why?
That's what I deserve.
Oh, that's a bunch of hooey.
This is going to be a problem. Meet Clay Walsh and Amber Who's-a-What's-It. He's a down-home handyman. She's a free spirit with a cat and a broken arm. What could possibly go wrong? Amber runs out of gas, so she starts looking for an apartment, and wouldn't you know it, she winds up in Clay's shop. Clay shows her the apartment upstairs, and wait, why is he waiting outside?
I made a promise to never be alone with any woman that's not my wife.
That's sweet.
No, that's not sweet. That's weird at best because he isn't dating or married to anyone. Clay helps his friend Brad move out to Los Angeles because syndicated radio. It turns out that he was actually involved with some kind of Girls Gone Wild parody. Oh, and Brad has to break up with a random girl. At the very least, he was nice enough to leave her his apartment with 1 month of rent paid for. Later on, the three friends go out for drinks.
Okay, here's an idea. How about this?
How did that make it past the first draft?
Why don't you just crawl back under that cute little antique shop and make up some more theories you never test out at the grown-up table anymore?
You know, Brad has a point. I wonder if this will just veer off course for some reason.
Women are stupid.
There it is. Wait, why is David listening to that when his partner and daughter are in the room? Brad tries to generate a little bit of insight with his shock jock personality, but it's bland and superficial. Never you mind though, Clay has to buy some antiques. He rejects Amber in front of his acquaintance, so I guess that's it? Amber's stove broke, so Clay asks her to stay outside in the cold.
No offense, but I think I could resist you.
She's acting way too nonchalant here.
Open that door, I raise your rent.
I wonder how this guy hasn't been sued for discrimination yet. Apparently, he's fine with being with a woman out in public, though.
I don't believe that dating trains us to be good husbands and wives. You know, life partners. It just trains us to be good dates, that's it.
Don't you have to be a good date in order to keep any kind of romance alive? I mean, why would you want to be spontaneous, flirty, or exciting when you could just be boring?
Who talks like that?
That is a very good question. I'm starting to feel like this woman is way too good for this movie. Of course, we have to get into the random auteur shots too. Clay seems to be good at his job as well, so whatever.
This is the day the Lord has made.
I'll rejoice and be glad in it.
Wait, why is Clay alone with a woman who isn't his wife? Oh, never mind.
Did you bring us any of our canned tomatoes?
Oh, that's going to be utterly distracting. Amber goes out with her new work colleagues. They're clearly weirded out by Clay as well, but random Tarzan has some game. Later, Amber decides to bump into Clay in the cereal aisle.
Look at that. 3 for $1.
Oh, are those coupons?
Oh yeah, you can just feel the steam rising from this connection, can't you? Wait, we're cutting to some basketball?
Most people know more about someone after a job interview for, delivering pizzas than they do after most dates.
Worst date ever. At the very least, David calls him out on, wait, why are we back at the supermarket?
How do you know if I'm romantic or not?
Trust me, you're not.
Heh. David invites Clay and Amber to he and Lisa's birthday party. Oh, why is he all the way over there? David calls out their connection in front of everyone, but nothing really comes of it. On the other hand, Lisa stole a cigar and a credit card receipt, so David proposes to her? I guess that's nice. Oh, let's get Clay's opinion on a honeymoon.
Cabin in the woods. A case of bottled water. Not a single distraction from building a foundation of intimacy.
Time out. Clay seems to be awfully interested in touching women that he oddly can't be alone with beforehand. Other guys here, but we have to cut back to the florist.
You listen to this? Sometimes. He's hilarious. He says women are stupid.
I love how the tomboy just stares at Amber. I mean, what could be better proof of that than dating an incredibly cold man with delusions?
My theory is He's gay.
Well, that does seem to be the new thing in conservative and reactionary circles, so maybe? And here comes the lecture about marriage. The antique seller talks about how he met his wife.
Then, I'm 19. I'm getting inducted into the army.
Oh, nice going, Clay. You just gave the guy an existential crisis. For some reason, Amber decides to break her sink's garbage disposal. Clay fixes it, and we learn the same information that we should already know, except for this.
I never finished college. 7 years on and off, I just never seemed to focus. I'm only 3 credits in Spanish away from a BA in like 6 degrees.
Wait, she couldn't finish college, but she's also 1 class away? What? Also, Jesus.
I think the world has enough greatness, not enough goodness.
Yeah, but Clay isn't a good man, and that's not because of the whole college girls exposed thing. Amber seems to think that she can just keep breaking things for reasons and that won't come out of her gas money jar. That's weird. Oh, she got her hand broken by her ex because of nail polish, too.
Sounds like something you'd come up with.
Depends on the color.
Why is this movie trying to make light of domestic violence and failing miserably? Oh, she broke the door hinge to get him to ask her out? Great.
My rules, my way.
Well, are they going to a bar, or he's taking her to a pastor who is handing out marriage books?
Do you have any pet peeves?
Check out these colors.
Do you have any pet peeves?
Oh, I get it. He's a control freak. There are so many red flags here that it's impossible to ignore.
How many children would you like to have?
1 or 2.
I was hoping for 2 or 3. That's a yellow.
Way to make dating feel like a shitty job interview for a pizza place, Clay. But wait, it gets worse. He takes her to cut up food for his friend's daughter?
Is this necessary?
Smaller pieces. No coaching.
How could this get any dumber? Lisa tells Amber about Clay's naughty DVD business and how it ended, but nothing good ever happens after 11. Therefore, Clay has to stare at an underage couple in the local diner. Meanwhile,
What percentage of your annual income is appropriate to spend on a pet? I can see how he's got you all worked up.
are we being pranked here? Why is Amber attracted to Clay again?
He's reliable. He's handy.
You can just feel the enthusiasm and passion, can't you? Amber hands Clay her box for some reason, so they go out to the hardware store and chop wood?
The world wants to know, when are you going to kiss her?
This is weaponized anti-game. Oh, by the way, they have to listen to Brad again.
That man knows what he's talking about.
Oh no.
Hey, you're the one that wanted to turn the radio on, not me.
Yeah, let's just not have an honest conversation about what you think about women. We have to talk about Sleepless in Seattle for, reasons.
The boring guy with allergies in the movies always gets dumped, and it's not right, and it must be stopped.
Don't you talk shit about Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks.
How is it possible that you're not already married?
He's a right-wing nutjob with no game and a delusional attitude toward women. Clay hands Amber his box for— wait, that came out wrong. They go to the library for some reason, and Clay invites her over to his aunt's house. Amber takes a look at the bookshelf, because Bible. He got it from an ex that he cheated on.
Because when I read it for myself, I couldn't make fun of it anymore.
I definitely could. Clay and Amber seem to want to go to church now, so that happens. Whoa, don't cut yourself on all of that Steam movie.
You can do so much better.
What if she can't? I mean, she is still in this movie. Amber's boss hands her the college girl disc, but don't get too comfortable. It's about to get worse. It's David's bachelor party. A stripper shows up, so Clay has to intervene.
Why don't you leave and let the rest of us enjoy the interrogation?
That's a great point, actually. It's not Clay's place to interfere with this party. Oh, what? David leaves too and that aborts everything? Why would that be the case?
You owe me $200.
Yeah, Clay might as well pay the man for screwing up the evening that he organized.
When did treating women with respect become the joke?
That's the thing, Clay doesn't. This next bit is a case in point.
You have any idea how much you cost her in tips tonight?
Somebody ask for your help in there?
You think you're better than me?
Clay isn't better than her. In fact, he's a complete jerk who doesn't think of a woman's agency in any way. Apparently, the movie doesn't either when it makes it seem like Clay's old videos featured women who were drugged. Does our protagonist have criminal charges on the way? Who knows? It's time for another date.
Get lost.
Well, you don't have to ask twice. The movie isn't over yet? Come on!
How many sexual partners have you had in the past 10 years?
Why would Clay even ask that? It's insanely hypocritical at best. Amber reacts negatively to this because she wants a normal date.
Oh, a normal date. You mean where two strangers hop into bed and then try to figure out later whether or not they have anything in common?
No, that's not a date. That's a one-night stand.
Flatter me. Sweep me off my feet. Tell me I'm the most attractive woman you've ever met, even if you don't mean it. I don't care.
Yeah, so that begs the question, why is she still around this guy? When Amber gets back, she watches Clay's naughty DVD. So that's the end of it, right? Wait, the girls are suddenly supporting Clay now? Why? Brad just so happens to be in town, so he moves on Amber. However, our leading lady chickens out for reasons. Clay's ex shows up for some reason too, so Clay sleeps outside in the truck. After Lisa and David get married, Amber shows up at Clay's house.
I don't want normal. I want you.
Supposedly, Amber's ex was more interested in smut than her, so why did they even get married in the first place? You'd think that she'd noticed that beforehand. Never you mind, Clay has to be judgy about what Amber did last night.
What'd you do?
Ouch.
Yeah, ho, what'd you do? I mean, I've shown no romantic interest in you whatsoever, but I'll get angry about it. Oh, never mind. After a pep talk from his aunt, Clay sends a note to Amber. With no questions whatsoever, she heads down to the supermarket and receives a proposal in the baby food aisle. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's a romance trope to generate a happy ending, but there's a big difference here. Almost all of the heathenistic movies in this genre have far kinder views of men and women than the idiots who made this. Clay has no redeeming qualities whatsoever, but Amber says yes anyway and gets a kiss on the cheek. Woo. If your movie's romance is more out of touch than The Lord of the Rings, Pride and Prejudice, or even William Shakespeare, you don't need a budget and attention, you need help. Family-friendly romances have their place. However, it's important to note that the genre is supposed to explore the feelings and passion of humanity. This movie does absolutely none of that because it can't. It's an alien catastrophe with no spark, warmth, or, dare I say it, soul. I'd like to leave you with a quote that is truly old-fashioned. Jerry, you recall Jerry, whose cards I once sent you to Europe, came in while I was pondering your notes in glad reflection, and we talked about it. He was strongly interested and elated and clung to discussion. He told me to say that you're the best and darlingest in the world, and if it could have but one wish, it would be to be held in your darling embrace and be thrilled by your pink lips that convey the surpassing rapture of human touch and the unspeakable joy of love's surpassing embrace. I cordially agree with all he said. That was written by Warren G. Harding in 1915, and what do you think he was talking about? Keep your head up, and I'll see you next time.